I found with them is, like, I noticed this when Tuchel come, it was almost like Chelsea played in two different parts. You had the defence, because they defended so well, but then the attackers were kind of off doing their own thing. Whereas I now, since Potter's in, it works as a unit. I feel like they're attacking as a team and defending as a team, and now they're keeping good possession of the football. And I think if you can do that, it gives your attackers, it allows you to do the right movements when you need to move and get involved with the game at the same time. So for me, he's doing everything I expected he would.
And so you've seen Ruben Loftus-Cheek getting a kind of sustained kind of like running. You're starting to see the qualities that he brings. Kovacic is fantastic anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got a very good team, very good squad. I think it's a club that have appointed the right manager. I think he's an exceptional young manager that's getting better and better, and they've got some great players to deal with. So I mean, it's one of the plum jobs, isn't it, in world football?
I mean, with Graham Potter's move, I mean, it's been seamless, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, and he's just, you know, on an upward trajectory, isn't he, as a manager? And I think he's found his perfect place.
I think he's just gone in, and I think he's got the players relaxed and enjoying their football, and you know, they've got world-class players anyway, Chelsea. It's just managing them. Everybody's thinking, well, he's come from Brighton. Brighton's not as big a club as Chelsea. How's he going to manage those world-class, you know, personalities? Well, they seem to be wanting to play for him, and the performances have been outstanding with simplicity as well.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, even if you look at the goals conceded, all 4 clean sheets on the bounce, playing really well. But I always thought it would work because, as Dion said there, they've got world-class players and he's an excellent coach. So he doesn't need to go in there and kind of rip it apart and say, this is what you're doing wrong. Just put them in positions where they can succeed, and they look fantastic.
Yeah, but I think that was his biggest problem at Brighton, is that he didn't have that striker that knows where to find the net on a regular basis. Whereas I feel like now he's not only got strikers that can do it, he's also got the midfielders. We know Gallagher chips in with goals, Mount, we know scores, where he seems to get him back on goal scoring form, and he's got the wingers around to do it as well. Pulisic has been on there, Sterling, so he's got the guys there to put the numbers up. So as long as he keeps them the way they are, because I've heard they're all happy, they love his training sessions, as Dad said. And as a manager, if you have that part, you've got elite players, you've half won the battle. Yes. You can also see what he's done on the other side as well. I think Koulibaly did an interview before the Champions League game, and he basically hasn't played that much. And his attitude to it was, well, I'm just going to work harder on the training pitch. Whereas most players in his position with, say, an ego like that would spit that dummy out because they want to play all the time. But I think if managers can keep teams together and everybody happy, like Klopp has done when he's had a big squad, Pep's done it, like it's perfect because everybody's swinging in the right direction.
You can feel that there's something happening at Chelsea, and it's working for him. And you're somebody you're kind of pleased for some reason. You're just pleased to see an English manager getting a job of that stature, and he's capable of doing it. The thing with it is, Miggy, is that when you've got a coach that is obviously as good as he is, then you've got players who can execute. People always talk about the lower you go, it's really hard because the players, they just can't take it in. When you've got a coach like him who seems to have no ceiling in what he wants to do, and you've got players who can, like I say, execute, then you don't know where they can end up in what they're doing because you've got players who are excited about the fact that they're being pushed and they're in training sessions what are really tough, but then if you get it right, then you're going to do well. And like, he must be so frustrated because, like you said, Sean, with Brighton, so many chances created, so many missed. And now I think it's going to go the other way with him. The thing is, we are talking about a quality Chelsea side, and they'll be going into those games, especially with the way they're playing. You've got to be confident of going into those games. You're not saying, oh, that one might be tricky, that one. Those games Chelsea are capable of, with the caliber player they can put out there, of winning all of those games. But at the same stage, they can come unstuck. But the way they're playing now, they should be very confident with what they're doing, Chelsea.
Yeah, but I think I heard somewhere he's done like a life coach or something like that, and I think he's good at learning how to look after people, deal with people, and take care mentally of people. Because sometimes getting through those games, especially for players, it's more mental than physical. The change of tactics and then go in again and no rest, and then because sometimes you say to yourself, right, I'm at peak fitness, but there's a sore something, but that sore goes away if you're mentally saying to yourself, right, I'm ready for this game. No matter what niggles you carry, they don't affect you in the game. And sometimes it's that that gives you that edge, and I think he's got that.
And the same thing what you're saying, even with Koulibaly, with the mental aspect of it. You know that the Chelsea players know to win a league, to win anything, everybody has to be involved. So all that mental aspect about him knowing how to deal with the players, keeping players happy or not playing, it all like fits in perfectly to him being at Chelsea and showing that he's kind of the perfect fit for a big club.
Yeah, but I think he will enjoy that. I think people like Broja, it's the perfect manager for him because he will give him a chance like he's seen, and he'll give him a long enough time on a pitch to actually do what he wants to do and show the manager that he's capable enough of doing it. And like Dad said with Loftus-Cheek, he's playing him in his right position now, and you can see he's developing. And that's what we've all been waiting to see, especially from Loftus-Cheek, because we've all known what he's capable of, but he's never ever been able to show it properly. He's been in and out, or he's playing out of position, but now he's doing it. And Gallagher, like Dad said, he brought him back and he seems to be playing well. And then you got Mount, everyone's been saying like, all that he doesn't do is score. Now he's scoring again and everyone's saying Mount. So you can see, like you said, he's the perfect fit for me for Chelsea. I'm half devastated though, because I was hoping that if Southgate was ever to step down, he would be the man to take it.